Turn me up. This is
coming to you from the heart of the Pacific. Brought to you by Paulie by Design.
respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role model every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika podcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Nackie and Carl.
No woo-woo anymore.
No woo-woo.
That's gone, maybe for good.
Maybe.
Good morning, Nackie.
Good morning.
Did you know it's Sunday?
It is Sunday.
That means it's time for Season 4, Episode 32 of the FICA podcast. That's a lot of shows.
That's a lot of shows.
We've in our third studio, which we had some quick impromptu fix. We had fixes. We had technical fixes.
Yeah, we had technical difficulties this
And we
morning.
have the best producer in the world.
In the
because
world.
She makes magic work. She don't need two cameras. She can make do with one. So welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Carl. With me, your lovely host, Nackie. Good morning, Nackie.
Good morning, everyone. And yes, good morning.
This is the FICA podcast. And what are we going to do today? We're going to talk about our check-ins as usual. We are going to give you some very important voter information. It's the road to November 3rd. Everybody in the country is waiting for this one. I think we're going to have record turnout across the nation. So those of you in California, we're going to give you some key information on getting registered and getting to the polls and doing it safely. We will do that where Nackie has questions about, we broke down SB 145 last week.
That was awesome.
What do you have questions about today?
Affirmative action, Proposition 16.
Proposition 16. So we
go.
will break that down so you understand what that looks like and what a no vote and what a yes vote means.
Yes.
Our usual community announcements, and that's our show today. Nackie, what's up?
Right. Good morning. So good morning to Herb, Julie, and Bele. Good morning.
Good
Lina
morning,
Manuleleua. Bella Sasa. Hi, Bella. Mwah. Bella is our cheerleader
It's your
every
boyfriend.
week. Yes, he's my boyfriend. Toke Moana and Lucy Vehikite. George and Rebecca Chica, good morning. My
Chica
mom,
family.
Evie, is
Good morning,
on.
Auntie.
Good morning. Lina Manuleleua.
Lina.
And Tone Vai. Good morning, Tone.
Tone Vai.
Yeah. So this week, it was like we woke up one morning and the sky was orange and the smoke and the fire and everything made the sky orange. And I woke up literally thinking, man, this is in Revelations. I was like, this is in Revelations. We gonna die. And so, and then I get on social media and everyone's posting their orange pictures. And then the smoke was so thick. Like I didn't used to have allergies, and I woke up and my eyes were so swollen and they were red all week. And I think I woke up Thursday and it was so much better, and every day it keeps getting better. I started taking allergy meds, which I never had to take before, but because of the air is so bad, I started taking Zyrtec and Benadryl. I was taking
Both?
Benadryl. Yeah, I was taking Benadryl because my kids take Benadryl. They all have allergies. And then that was knocking me out. Like, I would take Benadryl and
Sleep
5
good
minutes
with
later
that.
I'm like... So I stopped taking Benadryl and started Zyrtec, which has been helping me. So I take that regularly, and my puffiness went down. And so, yeah. So Idona Valdez, be fantastic. Good morning. Thank you
Good
for tuning
morning.
in. So if we can ask you to share the podcast, because we're going to be talking about voter registration and Proposition 16, which is the affirmative action bill that's coming up that we're voting for in November. Carl did such a great job with the SB 145 last week that we decided let's talk about bills I don't understand, and so that he can break it down for commoners like myself.
We're also going to talk about Snacky with Nackie and fun stuff. So
Yes,
it's not just
yes.
politics
No,
today.
no, and it's awesome. But let's see. So yeah, So the air was bad this week. It was crazy. I tried to stay in as much as I can. And then it was my birthday. It was my birthday. It was
You
my
do it the
birthday
whole
on
month, right?
I celebrate all month, people, all month. And so and usually for my birthday, my kids, all 50 of them, they come home and cook dinner. And so they cook dinner. And then I've been on this keto kick. So they've been careful as to what they've prepared for dinner. And so it was all seafood. We had stir fry shrimp, which was really good that Mo made. We had fish, tilapia. And then my Evie makes the best mussels. It's with like her coconut and milk and mayo sauce. Stuff I love. She made that. We had salad, even though they had rice. I didn't have any rice. And then my cheat thing was my Lay makes this, what is it, Mena? Nutella cake. Very good. Look at you.
You never give me any, but I know what it is.
My Lay makes the best Nutella cake with whipped cream and strawberries on top. And she did a really cute job because she made the strawberries out of hearts. And so that is my most favorite cake in the world.
It sounds really delicious.
And we never have any left over. So you shut. We never have any of that left over because I always think, I'm going to eat a piece the next day. And then we never have any left over. Lori Fua, good morning.
Good morning, Lori.
And so we never have any of that left over. So that was my cheat meal. And then my sister Kimmy came over and my sister Titi, they came over to hang out. And Kimmy, my aunt, Auntie Leela, makes this amazing chocolate cake. And so she had baked me a cake for my birthday. And so yummy, yummy, yummy. And so I had 2 pieces of cake for my birthday. So I was like on a sugar high I was like wide awake for a long time. So I had a chocolate cake and a Nutella cake, one piece each of the cake, and it was so good. So thank you to Auntie Leela for my beautiful, wonderful, delicious cake and my Lay. And then my kids gifted me, like we have Sunga, who my dog, her name is Sunga, and she is an Alaskan Husky. And so she's beautiful. She's my baby. She's spoiled. And she's 2 years old, but she has hair everywhere around the house. She says sheds like crazy, right? And so I'm always telling the girls, you got to vacuum or sweep up. And, this is a daily thing. So for my birthday this year, they got me a Roomba, which is one of those robot vacuums that goes around the house cleaning itself. So it goes max of 90 minutes each time. So I don't know if that gift was for me or for them, but that's what we got. And I love that. I love that freaking thing. It just goes around. It goes under the couches. It bumps into stuff and moves on to its own. It's awesome. And I have the app on my phone. And so I woke up Saturday morning and I just turned it on and I can hear it going on downstairs. And then Mena yells at me because Sunga and my youngest, Malia, were sleeping on the couch. And she's like, Mom, they're sleeping. And that thing makes a little noise. So I turned it off for it to make its way back home. So I love that thing. Roomba. So they also, good morning, Carol. Good morning, Lori. Dita Ngauteote. I love our Ngauteote family. Daniel, Tanyelu, good morning. So they also gave me a sweater because if you are on Zoom with me every day, every week, you see me in a black sweater. No matter what shirt I have on, I have a black sweater that I use because we have our AC going 24/7, so it's freezing. So I put a black sweater on. My kids got me a lavender sweater now. So now I switch off. I have a lavender. You'll either catch me in a lavender or a black sweater. So there you go. Kafuatu semisi takapuna vete. And Sister Adele, good morning. Thank you for tuning in.
Now you're just showing off.
I know. I hit all the vowels. So that was my birthday. I had such a good time with my babies who cooked and cleaned and everything that I love. So thank you to my babies for an amazing dinner.
And happy birthday, Nackie.
Thank you. Happy birthday all month. It's my birthday all month. And then we'll talk about Snacky with Nackie later, but that was amazing. This morning, when I get up, lately I'm having a hard time getting up by 6 o'clock. So I set an alarm this morning, and then Sister Florence and I read during Fonotalo, during prayer meeting. They gave us verses to read, and we had 14 verses. Thank you very much.
Ooh, I was scheduled to help out.
Yes, Carl was scheduled to help out, and he overslept.
I slept instead.
Which was fine. I need to learn, and I haven't read in a minute, so it was good that I did it out loud. So that was awesome. So I am chilling all week, and today is my baby Talia Alapati's birthday. She's my niece, who is named after me and my cousin Linda. Her name is Talia Lynette. Linda Annette Lynette. There you go. So she's my baby. It's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Talia. And happy birthday to all the September babies, because September babies rock. There you go. On the reading. Oh, thank you, Herm. Oh, I didn't even know you were on. Herm and Julie were on, said I did a good job. There you go. It's been a minute since I read, though. I was very, I didn't have any, what is the word? Not confident in reading. I never am, because we have, like when I'm reading the Bible, not that I can't do it. I can read. It's just if I'm saying the words correctly. But we have like people that can speak and read Psalm 1. So I'm a little like,
That's unnerving.
You know what I mean? It's a lot unnerving. So I just read so I did it. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you did a good job.
So there you go. And then I think that's it. Mm-hmm. I had a doctor's appointment this week. All is well in the cancer area.
No news is good news.
No news is good news. Just keep doing what I'm doing, whatever that is. Working Mo's nerves to the max.
Whooping cancer's ass. That's what you're doing.
Whooping cancer's ass. So there you go. That was my week. What about yours?
The Roomba thing brings up not when they first came out, but this was probably like 2012, 2013. I had all of California, and the Southern California market was really close. And one of the team members was on vacation for like a week, and one of the other team members had agreed to go over and feed the dogs and just check in on the house. So I was going over with him to do his check-in duties, and we both get in the house. Their dog, they have a dog, it's outside, big German Shepherd. We go in the house, and I can't remember, we were doing something, and we hear a noise in the back, like one of the back bedrooms, like a clear noise. So, and we're like, we disabled the alarm, like there shouldn't be anybody back there. So we both go back there. Mike is the other guy that's with me, and he looks in one of the bedrooms. I look in a couple of the bedrooms, can't find anything. We stand there staring at each other, listening, no noise. So we're feeding the cats. That's what we're doing at that point. So we're up front and we're feeding the cats, and we hear a clear like clunk clunk noise from one of the bedrooms, and we're both like, "What in the?" I mean, there's something back there. So we opened the door to the screen, or the patio door, and let their German Shepherd in. We were like, sent the German Shepherd back to the bedrooms.
That is so wrong.
He gets back to the bedroom, he starts barking, and so we like come tippy-toeing in there, and he's barking underneath the bed. And we were literally thinking we're going to see somebody under the bed. We look under the bed, it's the Roomba. The Roomba's been clunking around back there, and every time, I guess, when we went to look, it was under a bed.
Because it was under the bed.
In the bathroom or something. I don't know. But
good to know, because when that happens to me, I'll be
we were big scaredy cats. We went and got the dog and let the dog run back there.
Oh my God, I'm so animated. If I would have heard something in the room and the door was closed, I would have been, get the gun, Mena, get the gun. I don't have a gun. I just say it really loud so the Roomba can run out the window.
Let him escape. Escape.
Yes. So there you go.
So my week was, my daughter was at home till Wednesday. She left Wednesday morning. So I had the whole family's at the house. That's rare.
Yeah.
And we had a couple really good evenings where we talked late into the night. And of course, I'm tired because I'm getting up early for prayer group or work or whatever it is. But well worth it. Those are times that you really cherish once kids start to be young adults and they start kind of getting their own lives.
Yeah.
So that was big. She was working with the Giants over the summer.
Ooh.
She had coaching clinics, 3 different clinics. I think one in Palo Alto, one in San Jose, and somewhere else on the peninsula. But
Nice.
working for the Giants, who I might add are a couple games over 500, and if they have playoffs this crazy year, they're looking at a playoff spot. So.
I'm excited for the Giants.
Yeah, it's good to
Where are
just
the
see some
Dodgers?
sports
Where
going.
are the Dodgers?
They're little, they're a couple games ahead of the Giants, but
Yeah.
it's
Are they
always
a couple of games ahead of the Giants?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The good thing about the Dodgers is they always provide entertainment late all the way into
Yes.
October. So like
Into the 7th game of the World Series.
Most teams will just break your heart in like
Oh my
July or
gosh,
August.
yes.
But
No.
the Dodgers will
drag
string
it
that
all
out
the
into
way
the National League
through.
Championship
Yes.
Series or even
Yes.
the World Series, and then worst of
Right.
all, Game 7 of the World Series before they break your heart.
Yes,
So,
there you go.
they're at a higher standing than the Giants. But anyway, my daughter had a good time working with them. She's back at the college.
Awesome.
She's a resident advisor in the dorms, so even though they're not having in-person classes, she's there to supervise what she calls the kids, because she's a senior, so everybody
Yeah.
else is a kid. Supervise the kids that are in their international students and students that can't go home. So good seeing her there. Let's see. Allergies.
Oh
The
my
smoke is crazy.
God.
I remember a couple of years ago, the smoke was on top of us at the turkey trot, the Samoan Solutions turkey
That
trot.
ain't nothing.
And we thought that smoke was bad.
Right.
Remember, we were like, this is horrible. Maybe we shouldn't be out there. It was nothing like it is now. And
know.
like Nackie said, it looks like, Revelations. Or
Right.
it looks like the moon in Star Wars where Luke Skywalker
God,
grew
it
up
was
when he looked
awful.
up into the sky. And it was like orange with a red or orange sun. Like
Yeah.
the sun looks crazy. Just 2020 continues to surprise us, and we still got 2 months
Yes.
to go for an election. So I'm a little scared of that.
We're going to come out strong. We're going to finish strong. Sister Flo posted this video of this man talking about 2020, how we're going to end 2020 strong with positive vibes and what do you call it? We always say that speak into the universe
Yes.
what you want to happen for you the rest of the year. We want positive, loving, happy thoughts. So that's what's going to happen. We're in the fourth quarter. We're in the fourth quarter of
When we
2020.
close it out.
We're going to close it out strong. I just wanted to say good morning to Oregon is in the house. Auntie Chris Hallenberg. Good morning.
Good morning, Oregon. They got fires too. Just like, they
I
have
know.
serious
crazy
fires just like us.
So be safe out there.
They're catching people starting them. They're catching people starting
Why?
fires in Oregon.
I don't get why you would start a fire on purpose besides the fire department.
Because you're
Yeah.
a defective human being.
Oh my gosh. Suluame Leao, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Helen, good morning, Helen.
Morning, Helen.
Alena Malai. Lily, good morning, Lily. Lily Fiso. Anna Moa. Willie Salavea.
Willie Salavea.
Willie Salavea. Are you going to talk to him
I think
soon?
that's a topic we'll
That's
talk
a
about,
talk about.
here in a little
Oh,
bit.
Sister Linda. Linda Masoli is on. Go follow her page. It's and check out her website, www.masoli.net.
Boy, we got a lot of things to
I
talk
know.
about today.
She's awesome too. So go check out her page. And then I see Fafo Tamu, but I think that could be my cousin Tone. So good morning, Tone. And so, yes, good morning, everybody. I'm asking you to share the page because we're going to be talking about voter registration later and affirmative action Prop 16.
We're also going to be talking about Willie Salavea, who's watching live today. We're going to be recruiting for an event that could be pretty exciting. So
Yeah.
we have a bunch of stuff to cover today.
Yes. So, Willie, we're going to be getting a hold of you through Messenger. So check your Messenger.
So we were one of the things we did was yesterday on the way to Snacky with Nackie, we were in the carpool lane approaching the bridge. So if you're in a carpool lane, you're going to do that flyover part where you skip all the traffic, which there wasn't any yesterday, but and then you connect back as you get into the what's it called, the maze. So we are in the carpool lane and we're going about 40 miles an hour, going
Yeah,
slow.
it's slow.
It's slow. And the car in front of us I see that they have their window down because I can see the driver's hand and arm, and they're like kind of they're waving their hands around when they talk. And then a bag of garbage
Comes out the window.
comes flying out the window, and we're both like, "What in the hell?"
How old are you?
I mean, and we're both saying some bright, colorful words at that point,
That
and then
mother.
what comes out next? A cup.
They weren't
a
even
drink.
done. Like
It's
they
they're
drove
cleaning out their car.
They drove like I don't know how many little bit 100 feet or so away, and then they throw a cup out. I was like, what are they doing? Cleaning their car? It was awful.
Don't you have a mama?
Did your mama teach you not to litter? It was bad. I was
They
like,
got some good words from us.
Yeah.
They cut over back into the lane because they only got into the carpool lane to skip traffic for a little bit and then cut back into the lane. But
it was awful.
come on, people.
I was like, why are you litter? And I always think when people litter, I was like, my kids have to, you know what I mean? Eventually, when I go away, this garbage is going to turn into all kinds of stuff and my kids have to live in this. And then I got all in an uproar. I turned Karen. I turned Karen twice yesterday. And I was like, what are you, 12 years old? And then we rolled past the car and I was like, my goodness, do not litter on the freeway. Don't litter at all. It's a $500 ticket, by the way.
Yes, we're old as hell. We're yelling at the car for littering in front of us.
Yeah. So anyway, do not litter. It's a $500 ticket. And so, yes. So Sheila Van, good morning. Robert Tongo, good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Faika podcast.
Robert Tongo.
You
Went
know
to
him?
college with Robert Tongo.
Did you really? Is it him? Let me stalk his Facebook page. No, I'm just kidding.
I think
I'll do that later.
Ace Tongo's kid. Yeah, I think that's Robert Tongo from Sac State.
Oh, okay.
Good times,
Well,
good times,
hey.
Robert.
Yes. So Maury, good morning, Maury Monamea, who is part of the PBD
Monamea
team.
strong.
She is always running, and she's TikTok famous.
We got to hang out with Maury's big sister yesterday.
Yes, Yvette. We went to Snacky with Nackie with Neil Vava and Yvette Monamea, and Maury was working because that's what she does, and go follow her page. She's a really
Funny.
good dancer. She's funny. So Maury, go check out Maury. I yet have gotten to her status. I'm on TikTok, by the way. Go follow. I'm not dancing or anything, but there you go. So
That's where all your snacky with knackies end up.
that's where all my snacky
Among other places.
Yes, and I love that people are starting to follow and like on TikTok because TikTok is huge. So midweek, Faika, we had Dr. Fatleava, and he is recently back from Illinois. He did his internship.
His internship.
Yeah, there you go.
His doctoral internship.
Yes, he did his doctor internship, and now he's back in California. He's going to be working in a Sacramento prison.
Mule Creek.
Mule. And so he's a Samoan clinician, and so it was awesome to talk to him. So proud of all his accomplishments, and then. Shut up, man. Accomplishments.
I wonder if it means if it feels some kind of way because we've been calling him a doctor for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
over a year we've been calling him Dr. Fa'aleava.
Yeah.
And now he's truly Dr.
Doctor,
Fa'aleava.
yes. And then he texts me on my birthday. He's like, happy birthday. Now I'm just Doc. Hey, Doc. What's up, Doc? Hey, thank you, Doc. So now I'm Doc. He doesn't even have a name anymore. I'm just, hey, Doc.
The man
So-
wears 3 titles. He's a
Yes.
Matai, he's a doctor, and he's a fiance.
Yes. Yes. Poor Ty. So anyway.
And fiance ranks at the very top
Yes,
of those titles.
Fiance takes over everything. So yeah, we're so proud of him. And go check out our interview with Dr. Fatleava. It is on our Facebook page. We ran about an hour, and it's a great interview. He's a great guy, and we're
Great
so
guy.
proud
Down to
of him.
earth. Talks
Yes.
about growing up in the church. Talks about his time in New Zealand.
Talks about his be'a.
Yep, talks about his and his belief on who should get tattoos and
Yes.
who, it was a really good talk when it went. It wasn't just about him becoming a doctor.
Yes.
It was a lot about his life journey, and
Yeah.
we got into things that we had things down on our agenda to go
Right.
over, and we covered a lot more than that. So
Yeah.
I was really happy with that.
Yeah, it was a great interview. So go check it out. You ain't doing nothing. You're stuck at home. And then Seth Telfa, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Mena, what time is it? Where am I? Who am I?
I got nothing. 10:32.
Oh, okay. So, Neo, we went to lunch with Neo yesterday, and he told me yesterday that he has the the podcast.
That's
and
what we do.
I know. No, I'm talking about Neo's podcast. It's Fireside Queer Talk, which is happening on September 20th. And he and Koa are the hosts, and their guest, he told me, is Dr. Reno Samoa and his partner, Nick. So,
Nice.
And they're not going to talk COVID. They're not going to talk medical stuff. They're going to talk about their relationship growing up or living during these times as partners. So
That's developing into a good show.
yeah,
That's
it's a
developing into
really good
show.
So if you know Dr. Samoa, and you should, because he's on our show every other month.
He's not on our show. We're talking about him on our
Yes,
show.
but we will be together on Monday, September 14th. We will be.
We got to talk about that.
Yes, we'll be talking about Koviki Talk.
Koviki Talks.
Koviki Talk. So that's going to be good. So Utopia, they have a new podcast with Neo and Koa. It's a great show. Tune in. It's on their Utopia San Francisco page every other week. It's every other week that they'll be on. And so they have Dr. Reno Samoa and Nick. And so they're going to be talking about their family and how it is growing up, or living in this time, crazy times, and no COVID. Yes. We'd have the Dr. Samoa in November. Oh, my bad. Okay, in November. But go check out, I'm ahead of myself. But go check out Utopia San Francisco, Fireside Queer Talk on September 20th at 5 p.m.
If we love you, we will promote your show. We may not do it accurately, but we will promote your show.
Hey, man, I'm trying to be a good girlfriend. So
It's a good show. That's the main thing. It's a really good show.
That's the main thing, and you got to go check it out.
Dr. Samoa and Nick will be on in November.
Yes.
But they're going to have shows between now and then. Go check them out. It's
Yes.
a good show. It's a good show about differences in perception between the millennial generation and the boomers.
Yes. Good morning to Sister Lisa Akim, who is on. Maggie Kovu Toka Langi, good morning. Let's see. Seth is checking in from Hawaii. Good morning, Hawaii.
Ooh, it's early over there.
Yeah, you up early. Lisa said, bye, Sao Felice. Good morning. PJ. Good morning, PJ. PJ, so awesome. Yeah, Neil. Neil's laughing at me. I was just trying to be a good girlfriend. What else is happening? The food drive was canceled, so because of the air quality. So look out for flyers from Vaipuno Leola. We support their food drive every other week, but the air quality is crazy bad. Like, it's still dark from the smoke. So wear your mask and be safe.
Be safe. Go out when you have to.
Yeah,
Don't go out
only
if
when you
don't
have
need
to, right? So are we going to music? Okay, we're going to take a break because I'm just jacking everything up.
You're doing just fine. That's the good thing about it being our show,
Right.
And we didn't sign, but we have an agreement with Island Block Radio, so we're going to be sending them our episodes. And I'm a little nervous with that because we are what you would call a loose format.
Yes.
We just do what we do and say what we say. And now we're going to be sending them episodes, and we're going to be in the rotation on Dash Radio.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to change anything. So
Yeah, we're not gonna. They're not gonna touch it. They're
Yeah.
just gonna add like music and advertising. Middlemore, Caroline Sopu. Good morning. Real quick, okay, never mind. I'll do this when we come back. We're gonna take a break. You're listening to the Faika podcast right now. We're going to play Fia and okay, let me pay attention. See, I'm all jacked up, right? Fia, Love Me. I love this song.
Don't go anywhere.
Yes,
Faika
there you
Podcast will
go.
be
Take
back
it over.
after this song.
And we're back. You're listening to the Faika podcast. I am Nackie. With me, as always, is Carl.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to Fia, who's checking in from Washington.
Good morning, Fia.
Good morning, Fia. Good morning to everyone who's tuned in. We can ask you to share the podcast because we've got some great information, and Carl is going to school me like he always does.
We got a good feedback on SB 145.
We did.
So going off of that, last week we broke down SB 145 and what it actually was, what kind of bill it was. And we got feedback on social media that they liked, people liked the breakdown. And so Nackie was like, well, then I'm going to pick a different one. And she wants to know about affirmative action. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. What I do want to talk about right now is I was on a Zoom conference with California Secretary of State Alex Padilla. And what the Secretary of State does in California is he runs the elections. He's the chief of the elections. So
Chief of the elections.
Chief of the elections. He's
Okay.
in charge of making sure elections run the way they're supposed to run. He's in charge of voter and election information. So with all the tweets and things coming out from Washington, there's questions about the integrity of vote by mail. How do you do it? How do you get registered? All those kind of things. It's important for us at Poly by Design to make sure that we get the information out there. So
Yes.
the first thing we want to do this election cycle is we want to be safe. So due to the ongoing COVID-19 thing, we are asking people to vote by mail. It's the safest way to vote this year. And I'm going to dispel some of the misinformation that's out there that it's unsafe to vote by mail, that it's inaccurate. So we'll go through that. So why is it secure? There's watermarks that are unique to each election on the ballots. So it's like going to a club. You go to a club on Friday and you get an orange bracelet. If you go back on Saturday, it's not going to be an orange bracelet. It's going to be like a purple bracelet. So every election, it's a different
Code.
different code,
Nice.
different watermark for the ballots. So you can't just use ballots over again.
Okay,
the
cool.
printers must be certified by the state. So you have to be a certified printer of the ballots in order to print the ballot. You can't go get a PDF and just start printing ballots by yourself. Every printer needs to be certified by the state. Return envelopes have unique barcodes. So every voter information packet that goes out has a unique barcode. When it comes back, the ballots are signed to ensure voters didn't vote elsewhere. So
Nice.
you can't vote in the Bayview and then run over to Viz Valley and vote again. They're going to
Awesome.
find out if your vote has been tallied already.
Twice. Right.
Signatures are checked on every ballot before they are processed. So that's why California takes so long to process votes, because there's 20 plus million voters in California,
Right.
by far the biggest voting population in the United States. Every ballot, every signature is checked. Give you an example of that. One of the reasons they might contact you is you're supposed to sign on the envelope where it's sealed, so they can tell if it's been opened. If you signed in the wrong place, they're going to contact you to make sure that that
That's
was your
your
vote,
envelope,
that it was
right.
right. It's easy. Vote by mail ballots have first class prepaid postage, and you can return your ballot by mail at a drop box or at a
Nice.
polling location. So voting by mail is the easiest way. Hopefully we can dispel some of the notions that it's inaccurate or that there's going to be voter fraud.
And did they say when they're going to send those out, or have they sent them out and I missed it?
They're going to send those out in October.
October.
Yes.
Okay, I'll look for mine in October.
And we'll cover that here coming up.
Where's my ballot?
This is one of the biggest things that I want to get across today. Where's my ballot? So when voters sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov, and again, if you're in your car or you don't have a pencil, we are going to post these on our social media. Go sign up there. You'll receive automatic text messages, email or voicemail notifications, whichever one you want, about your ballot.
Awesome.
So when you fill out your ballot, you sign up for Where's My Ballot, you send it in, they send you a text message when it's been received.
Oh, nice.
So you know,
I like that.
Right. You don't just drop it in the mail
And then wonder if your vote. Oh, I like
if it
that.
ever got there.
That's convenient.
Yep.
Because then I know my vote has actually been counted.
counted, right?
That's awesome. I'm going to use that.
And it's on your phone. It's text message. They kind of like us, right?
Right.
You want to get to people, you got to get on their phones.
Right.
So
I love that.
again, that graphic is up there. We will post this on our social media so everybody can do that. But this is easy and convenient. It's on your phones.
Awesome sauce.
So let's talk a minute about in-person voting. So if you don't vote by mail and you are going to go to the polls, I'm not going to read through every single one of these, but be safe, wear a mask, social distancing, all that stuff that we're supposed to do.
Yes.
Use hand sanitizer.
After touching everything, right?
Right. And bring a ballpoint pen to avoid touching high contact surfaces while you're there. So get to the polls. Take a,
wear gloves.
Wear
your
gloves. Think about it before you go there. And show up prepared. And then just the same thing we've been doing since like February, right?
Yeah.
Socially distance, wear a mask.
Yes.
One of the new things the state of California is doing this year is there's partnerships with larger venues that are better equipped to handle social distancing.
Nice.
So notable venues include the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento, where the Kings play. Got a lot of room there. You can space everybody out. Dodger Stadium, you can't get anybody to go there anyway, right?
Yeah.
So
this is a good way to get them there.
You can probably vote on a game day because there's nobody at Dodger Stadium.
Yes. Yeah. There you go.
The Chase Center and the Oakland Coliseum, and same thing there. I don't know if the Raiders are there. They're not there. They left for LA.
Whether there's a game on or not.
In Vegas, like you can't tell what's. They're empty too. So Oakland Coliseum, the Chase Center, Dodger Stadium, Golden One Center. Go help Dodger Stadium out
and get some people in there.
A long time since there's been anybody in there.
There you go.
We love you, LA.
We love you.
The road to November 3rd. So really there's three main parts as we get to November 3rd. It's a polarized election. It's going to be what I believe is going to be record turnout.
What's polarized?
Polarized is everybody's going to be involved. You're on one side or the other. It is getting everybody involved.
Oh, okay. They're trying to get everybody.
Taking action.
Okay, got it.
So the three main points is we get what we're calling the road to November 3rd. Everybody get out there and vote is the first thing. So voter registration, voter access, and public education. That's the road to November 3rd. So Nackie had asked about the ballots. They're going to be sending those out in October. Early registration. Don't wait till October. Voters verify their voter registration status at voterstatus.sos.ca.gov. So if you haven't voted in a while, you registered in 2014 and you didn't vote since, or you're not sure whether you're registered as a Democrat, a Republican, a Libertarian, Independent, you want to see your status, you can go to the link on the screen, and again, we're going to put this on our social media.
Do you have to register every year?
You don't. You don't have to vote. You don't have to register.
I was like, oh my God!
If you don't vote for a long time, you
have to register.
You may need to re-register. But how can I find that out? I can go to this site, and you'll enter your information, and they'll tell you if you're registered or not, how you're registered, what party.
That's awesome.
And I think that's a big thing. It's like people, if they haven't voted in a long time, they're kind of like, well, how do you even get back in the game?
Right.
There's how you get back in the game.
There you go. And why wouldn't you vote? Like, why would you go to that site?
Right.
How dare you? How dare you not vote? Anyway.
And I think there's a lot of people in the middle that don't vote.
But if you don't vote,
it's about 45% of eligible voters don't vote.
That's crazy.
Don't vote. 45%. That's insane.
Pick one.
So I think that the way that the country is right now, I think that's going to be a smaller part, because usually it's the kind of the apathetic, the I don't care people in the middle that really don't care, whether it doesn't make any difference to them whether X is in office or Y is in office. Now I think people care about who's in office. I think we're going to have a big turnout.
Awesome.
So October 19th is the final day to register to vote easily online. Voters can register to vote or update their voter registration at registertovote.ca.gov. Again, all of this stuff is going to be on our social media. So voter access, this is important. Awareness is important. Poly by Design is working to make sure that people are equipped with accurate and timely information. We're not talking about this stuff in October of last year. We're talking about this stuff in the middle of September, because we've got a month and a half left before we got to get to the polls. So we're trying to provide accurate and timely information. Accessibility, voter materials can be requested in multiple languages, and the state offers assistance for voters with disabilities. So here's a point and a shout out for the census. Is it available in Samoan? I don't think so. Is it available in some of the Pacific Islander languages? And if they aren't, it's because we're not getting counted. It's because they don't know how many people there are out there. If they knew how many of us there was,
If they
it
would
would
make
be
it,
available in more languages than.
You did an exam, and I can't remember now. We were talking about making a point why you should fill out your census, but I'll get back to that. I think the census and voting
Right.
goes hand in hand.
Oh yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm seeing it now.
So up to 2 people can help you mark your ballot. So if you have difficulty reading, if your vision's bad, or just walking, you need assistance to stand up out of the chair or do whatever. Up to 2 people can help you mark your ballot. There's curbside
That's
voting.
awesome.
All polling places and voting centers are required to be accessible to all voters. So if you get to the poll, they're going to have to accommodate you to get you in there to vote.
Nice.
The same-day voter registration, known as conditional voter registration under state law, is a safety net for Californians who miss the deadline to use the online registration portal to register to vote or update their voter registration information or an election. So same-day voter registration does exist. Stay away from all that problem.
Yeah.
Go get registered
I know.
now.
Register now. What are you waiting for?
And that... Oh, no. Public education. Do I have that?
Yes.
Okay. Same thing. Just kind of a summary of what we already talked. Vote by mail. Help ensure safe physical distance at voting
Yes.
locations. Election security. Hard work's being done around the clock to counter misinformation, so voters have the most accurate election information. Democracy is precious. The goal to make sure every eligible voter is ready to vote and trust that their vote counts. So that's enough of the screenshots or the PowerPoint slides. That's
awesome,
not really
though.
us.
No, it's awesome. I love that we're giving that information out. I love that we're talking about it. I can't believe that we need to check our voter status. You know what I mean? Like, you should be voting all the time. It's your right. And you just, I don't know. Since I've been 18, I vote. And my kids, as soon as they turn at 18, I take them to the polls because it's their right to vote. So yes, thank you for all that information. Fred Likivai Vainuku, good morning. Remember you were talking to who you had the meeting with. Who was that? Who you just did?
Alex Padilla, the
yes.
Secretary of State.
And you asked him about if you were born in Samoa.
Oh, so there's this thing. There's a big question running around, and I've heard this. Years ago. There are people that are born in American Samoa, and their
Right.
citizenship status is U.S. national.
Right.
And there's question: can they vote? And I've heard yes, they can. No, they can't.
Yes.
I vote every year, and then your vote isn't counted. How do you get a ballot?
Right.
The short answer is straight from the Secretary of State himself is yes, U.S.
know.
nationals are eligible to vote.
I had no clue. I mean, I literally thought, no, if you were born in Samoa, you couldn't vote. And I've been digging that into my mama this whole time. And she's like, yes, I can. Yes. So she knew. She knows. She's like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Why would they send somebody from like a Republican
Trump sent
to Samoa? He
Right.
sent a representative to Samoa, and and I was like, oh, that is kind of odd that they would do that. But so there you go. CTF4, good morning. Herm is on his way to church. Thank you, Herm, for tuning
Thank
in.
you, Herm.
We ask you to share. Great information on voter registration. So vote by mail if you can, but please go and register before October 19th. Mm-hmm. There you go.
If
And
we
then-
voted more as a people, as a community, as Pacific Islanders, and even if we were split, and half are Republican and half are Democrat, we would be a sought after community.
That's right. That's what we were talking about.
Because we vote. So
Right.
the voting interest, the political action groups would be looking to the Pacific Islander community
Right.
for support. But we're known as a group that doesn't vote.
Right.
So
That's awful.
it's when people are looking for support and they're looking for, publicity and all those kind of things, they definitely go to the Asian community because they know the Asian community votes. And
Yes.
it doesn't really matter whether it's blue or red. The Asian community is a sought after community politically
Yeah.
because they know that a high percentage of their population votes. So the more we register for the census, the more we vote, the more we are in the game rather than on the sidelines.
Yes. So, yeah. Go register, people. What are you waiting for? That brings us to the census we were talking about. You have until September 30th to fill out your census online. It's so simple. 9 simple questions. They're just trying to get an accurate count, and PIs have been undercounted way.
We've never been counted
We've never
correctly.
been counted correctly, and therefore we're missing out on resources and all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? That because we're not counted, they don't know we're here, right? They don't know we're here, so why would they create programs for us or create scholarships
language.
or translating anything for us because we're not counted. Let's get counted. Count us in, right? Fill out your census 2020. Go online. I swear it's 9 simple questions. It's confidential. No one is going to get that information. No one is going to share it. They're not going to sell it. It's just for the census and the census alone. It's illegal for them to sell your information, and so that will never happen. So we're just asking you to take 5 minutes and go online, fill out your census 2020 survey, and be done with it. And we never have to talk about this again.
For 10 years.
for another 10 years. So if you don't count yourself in 2020, you won't exist. Right? How crazy is that? To the government, you don't exist for the next 10 years. So in the sense that something happens and you need government assistance or you need resources, they're not available to you. They're not available to you. So go fill out your census. How about that?
How about that?
Yesterday we went to lunch and So if you are new here, we do Snacky with Nackie. And Snacky with Nackie is where we go at the end of the week, go to Snacky somewhere. We go eat somewhere, and whoever our server is, we will tip them a massive tip. And what we do is ask friends and followers and family to donate 50 cents and send to my Venmo 50 cents. And at the end of the week, Saturday, when we go to lunch, whatever we collect, we will tip that server. 100% of what we collect goes to the server. And so at this week, we collected $1,403. And so actually, it was $1,402.11. But that odd number drives me and Mena nuts. So Mena always makes the difference. So it's
Rounds up.
Yes, she rounds it up. So it was $1,403. And we went to lunch yesterday with Neo and Yvette. And we went to Cracked and Battered.
In Potrero Hill.
Yes.
On 18th Street.
On 18th Street. And it was, everybody's doing outdoor seating. And I thought they would be the only ones there. But there's a lot of little cafes there. Really amazing
Ingenuity
cafes.
to be open.
It was
there.
awesome.
Taking up the parking spots and building out booths, not just chairs and tables, but
Booths. They have outside booths that you can sit in, and it's very comfortable. And we got to Cracked and Battered on 18th Street, and their food was amazing.
Everybody at the table, everything we ordered, all the way down to the coffee, everything was really good.
Yes. Everything was crazy amazing. We had what did you have?
I had a waffle. I had chicken and waffles. I had fried chicken and waffles and scrambled eggs. But the chicken was so juicy.
Yes.
It was just amazing.
Yeah.
And it was great. Yvette had biscuits and
fried
gravy
chicken?
and fried chicken.
It was
that
good. It looked so
amazing.
good.
Neo had a waffle,
chicken and waffles,
and you had family. You had
I had a
family
shoku.
dish, right?
Oh, dang, I forgot what it was called, but the owner shakush. The owner actually came over to us and checked in actually a couple of times. He came to say hi and was asking how we were doing, what did we order, and then he seen my meal and he said that was his mother's meal all the time and it's his favorite. It was a really family oriented place. And our server Steph, who was really good. If you haven't seen the video, go ahead and go to our page and check out, we tipped Steph $1,000. And then after we tipped her, we were sitting there chatting, and the owner came over again. This time he came with his wife and his daughter. It's like I said, it's owned by a family, and they were talking about how they were having a hard time with the COVID. They had to open up inside, but social distancing, and then that shut down, and then they came outside, and then now we have the smoke, which is jacking up the air. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
crazy
the owner was
for
talking
them.
about if you couldn't get people inside because of COVID. Then now
They're outside.
They opened it up. Now they can't get people outside
Right.
because they're in the smoke, and the
Right.
smoke's bad.
Right.
I mean,
The
smoke's
smoke
bad
was
across the
bad.
state.
So it was, I mean, I couldn't tell. We had our N95 mask on, but go check it out. Cracked and Battered. They had really good breakfast. They're there until 2:00 on Saturday and Sunday, I believe. But the owners were amazing. They made us feel welcomed. I seen him walking around and talking to everyone. He touched every table, and so he didn't literally touch, but he walked around and talked to everyone. So I thought I really liked that feel. And then Steph we tipped her $1,000, and then the owner came back with his wife and daughter and just really was appreciative, saying thank you for tipping his workers. They've been struggling like they have, and the tips have not been as good as they usually are. And so they were great. I love that place, and we're definitely going back because they had amazing food.
Yeah,
And
there was more food on the menu that I want to have. I
Yes.
just couldn't eat any more food. Couldn't eat another bite when we
Yeah.
were there yesterday. So we're finding that a lot, like Brown Sugar Kitchen in Oakland.
Yes.
This one, like, we want to go back there, but we just got to tell them we don't got $1,000 for a tip today.
No, don't go fighting for our table. And so it was awesome. I really enjoyed the place, and so we tipped Steph $1,000, and we got to know the family a little bit more. And go follow them on Instagram. They're on Instagram, Cracked and Battered, and check out their menu. They have pictures of their food, which is amazing. So that was good, and we had a good time with Neil and Yvette, and so it was good to catch up. We hadn't seen them for a minute, and then that's where I got the insight on his upcoming shows. So there you go. And then Neil was busy getting his show together, and he's starting a new position. I don't know if I should talk about it, but no. So anyway, he's starting a new something.
Yeah, we'll let Neil break that on.
Yeah, we'll let Neil break
the-
that on his show.
Right.
Exactly. So if you want to find out about that, go to his
It's
show.
an exciting job.
Yes. Utopia San Francisco on September 20th to get all that information. Jacinta Tumavave Bell, good morning.
Good morning.
Sister Trish is on. Good morning, Trish. Nana Selma, oh, Yvette. Lofa, Vaifale, and then Lisa. Thank you for instilling the importance of voting to our Samoan community worldwide. Oh, you're welcome. We need to vote. We need to be counted, and we need to, if you want to change who may be the president now to a different president, you have to go vote. It's as simple as that. How about that? It's as simple as that. So there you go. And then afterwards, so we leave San Francisco, and I don't know what city we're going to go eat next week, but we've hit Hayward, Fairfield. We were in Oakland,
Sassoon,
San Francisco. So I don't know what city Las Vegas, or not. No, not Las Vegas. San Francisco, maybe. And I have Las Vegas.
you can see how well thought out we are.
I know. Lofa, we gave her $1,000 tip. We everybody sends us 50 cents, and at the end of the week, 100% of the tips goes to the server. So then we leave and head back home. We head back across the way, and then later on that evening, me and Mena went to go get Dutch Brothers. Went to go get coffee, and so we collected $1,403. So we tipped Steph $1,000, and we decided to take the $403 and go through a drive-through. And so you can also see that happening going down we posted the video on our PBD page, which you're on now, and we went to Dutch Brothers and did a drive-through and tipped them $403. So that was awesome. It's an awesome, amazing feeling to actually give these servers that usually make minimum wage a huge tip, and it helps them. And this girl, Steph, had only been working, it was her fifth day of working, and she hadn't been working since March because of the pandemic. And so it was her fifth day at work. And so it's an amazing thing. You never know what someone is going through, right? You never know what someone is going through. And so I'm grateful that we have the opportunity that Carl and I get to be the messengers and, the mail person. We get to deliver this massive tip to people every week. So
I think yesterday at the drive-in was the only time that the employee was happy to hear the words, "I want to talk to your manager."
I know. Because I usually go and, usually we haven't had a problem of giving away the tip, but because of COVID-19, they only accept tips via debit or credit. Everything was card. They didn't. I paid for our coffee with my credit card, and then they said, "Oh no, we only take tips with debit." I have cash. I was like, "You got to take this cash. I'm not driving around. I'm not driving to another drive-through. You're taking this cash." And so, good thing her manager was there, and I turned Karen for a couple of minutes and demanded to talk to the manager. And so the manager okayed it, and the girls inside were working hard. That Dutch Brothers was crowded. There was like a long line, and I was holding it up with asking to talk to the manager. And so the manager came and said okay, and we tipped them $403. So total yesterday we gave away $1,000 and $403, and I think we've given away close to $7,000 total so far. So it really touches my heart that together we're doing this, right? It's not just us. It's not just the PBD crew. It's all of you donating, and together we're tipping someone. And it only costs 50 cents, right? It's just...
Well, sometimes other people get banned and put on probation and parole for larger... Good morning, Nani.
Good morning, Sister Nani. Happy birthday, Tutu. It's Tutu's birthday. Right. Happy birthday, Tutu. Mwah, we love you. So that was awesome. I was like, that took like 5-10 minutes through the drive-through, and we gave away $403. So that was an amazing feeling, and to feel all of us had a part of giving that money away. So thank you everyone who tipped this week. Calvin, Eva Imalo, good morning. Petina Sataraka, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. If we can ask you to share the podcast, because we just went over voter registration and how important it is for you to vote, and how because of COVID-19, they highly recommend voting by mail. And then just share, okay? What else do we have to go through?
We are going to be having a stop smoking course that Nackie and I are going to teach.
Yes.
We are going to facilitate. So we're looking for participants for our class. We're going to get more information out on social media very soon, but we will be facilitating that. And we got a lot of smokers in our community, and a lot of them want help. They're looking for assistance, tools, methods, techniques that'll work for them, and we will have a lot of that. So
awesome sauce.
Look for that coming up.
I'm looking forward to that. Jeff Vaitoa, good morning, Jeff. Checking in from American Samoa. Thank you so much. So, what was I going to say? Oh, let me should we read some ads before we go into affirmative action bill? We have SCDC, good morning, Sister Patsy, who is on.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Right on time for
Sister
our talk about
Patsy.
SCDC. Good morning, sister.
She said, we are known not to do a lot of things, but if we only knew what impact we can make as a community by voting. Exactly.
Thank you.
Great point. Thank you, Patsy. My niece Lisa is on. Lisa Reiti. Oli Tuaua. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. So there you go. American Samoa. They're voting too. I think they're looking for a new governor. So they're voting soon too. So choose wisely.
November.
Yes. Choose wisely. Which I did. I gotta pull up the Facebook page, but there's a bunch of there's a lot of Samoa people from Samoa, American Samoa, who are literally stranded here because they're trying to get back to American Samoa, but it's shut down because of COVID-19. The governor,
airports.
yes, the airports are shut down, and so I totally feel for them that they want to get back home, like all the other countries that are stuck out here, who possibly came out here for vacation or medical appointments or something like that, and so they're all stranded out here, trying to make their way back home. So
Stranded all over the world. They
All
just can't
over the
get back
world.
on the island.
Yes,
So they
yes.
could be in New Zealand. They could be
Arizona,
wherever.
yes.
They just can't get home.
They can't get home, so they're trying to get back home. So hopefully something will happen soon, and the governor will open up the borders to let people in soon. Hopefully, if everything, I get that it's closed because of COVID. I think they learned a lesson from the measles epidemic, and they don't want that to start. So it's kind of, what is it? Double-edged sword. You want them to get home, but then you understand that COVID. So, and I don't totally know the whole everything. I just feel for both sides. So there you go. We doing SCDC?
Yep.
Yeah. So SCDC has a lot of virtual programs going on right now. They've done a great job of utilizing the internet, Facebook, social media to get their programs out. So big kudos to Samoan Community Development Center. They have a wellness check-in every Wednesday for parents. Chat with other parts about parents. Typo. Chat with other parents about life in a new norm. Talk about the craziness of the pandemic. Decompress, debrief, and join via Zoom. Contact SCDC for that Zoom link.
And they also have virtual academic support, wellness and academic support for students during distance learning, elementary schools from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and middle/high school 3 p.m. to 5:30 every Monday through Friday, and you got to register through a Zoom link. So I think you would find that on their site.
Also on their site.
So Sa'amai is a cultural exercise program on Tuesdays. Keep it moving in a chair. Keep it moving in a chair. That's a good description. Is Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. The meeting ID is 474-948-1606. And the passcode is KIM. We will put these out on our social media on Thursday. So Sa'amai exercise at 10:30 a.m. And we will put the meeting ID and the passcode on our social media.
Awesome. Essence of Mana Mena. Essence of Mana. Every Tuesday, they have Talanoa Tuesday at 7 p.m. Go to their page each week. They have amazing guests who talk about their journey. So tune in 7 p.m. Essence of Mana. They've had amazing people on. One week they had Sean Gordon. Tisha Inc., who is from the Bay Area. They had
Sister Patsy.
Sister Patsy was on. I mean, all their interviews are on their page. Essence of Mana. Go check them out every Tuesday at 7 p.m. They're starting their parenting project. Is starting September 17th, which is this week. It's a 12-week program, which is free. We love free. Designed to support adult family members develop communication skills and tips leading to more love and nurturing family relations. Contact Nani Wilson at nwilson@aars.org. 12-week program. I took the class. It's an amazing class. Even though I've been a parent for, I don't want to say how long, but forever. And I learned new stuff. They talk about how to talk to your kids about drugs. How, if you suspect your child or kid or teenager is on drugs, they give you social media. They tell you they help you if you have any questions on how to talk to your kid who you think has joined a gang. And they have guest speakers. So it's an awesome 12-week program. They're doing it virtually. You have no excuse not to join. So there you go. Malik Fuimono, Dr. Fuimono is tuned in. Dr. Fuimono. We love Dr. Fuimono.
He did such a great job.
Oh my gosh.
Keep dumbing things down so that everybody can understand it.
Yeah.
Because Nackie and I have been on Zooms with multiple doctors, And there's points where we're side messaging each other, going, "These guys are like crazy smart, I don't know what they're talking
Crazy
about."
smart, crazy smart. So, Dr. Fuimono, we were talking about wearing a mask, and he said, love thy neighbor. If you love thy neighbor, you will wear your mask.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. Love thy neighbor. So
What
there you
does
go.
love thy neighbor look like? It looks like wearing a mask.
Wear your mask. Nani says, essence of mana is also, it's all about relationships. There you go. So, hi, Sister Kimmy is on. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. And Charlie Fano, thank you for tuning in. If we can ask you to share so that you miss the voter registration information, Census 2020. We need you to do that. We need to be counted, people. So let's get on there. Let's get on there. D. Kello, good morning. So I had a question about, like last week, Carl broke down SB 145 for me because everyone was saying it was a pedophile bill, which it totally was not. So thank you for clearing that up. And you can also go check that out on our page. The affirmative action bill that we're going to vote on in November is coming up. Right. So all I seen was affirmative action, and then I flipped out. I was like, "What's going on there? Tell me." And then I go, "Oh no! Don't wait! Don't tell me! Tell me on FICA." So break that down.
So this is one of those trickily worded. Sometimes you hear these measures that are on the ballot, and you don't know whether yes means yes or
yes means
this is
no.
ban it or this is ban that you banned it. Like, what exactly does it mean? So I'm going to go through a brief history of affirmative action. It started with the civil rights in the 60s and 70s, and basically what affirmative action was, it was making hiring practices so that you could say like 18 out of 20 people need to be women, minorities, people with disabilities. So you could hire groups and have preferential hiring for groups that had been discriminated against in the past. Give you an example of this. Women as a group were added after this was originally passed. So they didn't even include women in this originally. So to get it all ironed out, it sails along. There is affirmative action in place, starting with the federal government in the United States. And I'm not going to go into too many details with that, but that's how affirmative action had been in place for a long time. In 1996, that's like eons ago in terms of political times, right? Nackie's baby daddy was alive. Tupac was alive in January, at least, of 96. Pete Wilson was our mayor. Pete Wilson is a Republican. Can you imagine California with a Republican governor? And before him was George Dukmajian. He's Republican too. So it's a different political climate. They introduce Prop 209.
Yes.
And Prop 209 banishes affirmative action. So essentially 209 eliminated affirmative action from California. So you can't preferentially treat certain applicants because of
their
race, their
age,
gender, their sexual preference, any of that. Now, quote, what one side would say is the playing field is level. Now you can't use certain things to include people.
Right.
So from 96 to now, it's a completely different time. So what 209 or what the Prop 16 is it's an amendment to the California Constitution. They want to remove what Prop 209 did and allow affirmative action to come back and exist in California. So without going into all the details, a yes on 16 means that you want to undo what was done in 96 and bring affirmative action back.
Okay. There you go.
That's the easiest way to explain it.
Oh, that was
I don't know if there's
easier
going to
than
be
I thought.
questions, but yeah, there isn't affirmative action essentially now for all intents and purposes. There is not now. We're voting on whether we want to reenact it and bring it back. Yes, would bring it back. What does it affect mostly? It affects students of the CSU and UC systems. and employees of colleges, state employees, contractors that get contracts for state work. They would allow them to say to look at their gender, their race, their whatever, their minority status, and make that a factor in hiring them.
So could that be a good thing as well as a bad thing?
It can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. So opponents of it would say, and I've heard a lot of this, they quote Martin Luther King, I should be judged by the character, the content of my character rather than the color of my skin.
Right.
And then the opponents to it would be, look, people of color still aren't in college at the rates that they should be.
Right.
So we should be making bigger efforts to get people of color into college, to get them contracts. So there should be preferential treatment for them. So those are the arguments 2 and 4. The Martin Luther King piece, that was in his I Have a Dream speech. So that was him having a dream about the future. He wasn't saying that that's how it is.
Yeah.
He was saying, I wish it were that way, or my dream is that it is that way.
Yeah.
So that there's a little context for people that are quoting Dr. Martin Luther King about that. But yeah, that's the bill. A yes means affirmative action would come back. A no means it would remain absent.
Not
it would
absent.
remain gone.
Yeah, so there you go. I wasn't sure what it meant. And so that's why I asked Carl to break it down for me. June Levi, good morning. Laura Marie Robbie Brown, good morning. We should all get behind no on Prop 20. What's Prop 20, Jasmine? Good morning, Jasmine. Do you know what Prop 20 is?
I don't know them by number,
Carl,
but I'm sure I've read about it.
Carl knows all the props, so he gonna pop it up. It's what? Oh, it's the Uber.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's a
about
long.
that.
So Prop 20, if it's the Uber Lyft, it would. Right now, there is a law in place that says that Uber and Lyft, gig workers, independent contractors have to be treated like normal employees. So that would come with benefits and all those different things. That law is actually in place.
But that doesn't happen, right?
Uber and Lyft got a last-minute stay, so it did not become law, or it got suspended. It's kind of on appeal at this point. So what they're saying is if you drive for Uber or Lyft, you should be treated like an associate or an employee rather than an independent contractor.
An employee of Uber or Lyft.
Right.
But aren't they independent contractors now?
They're independent contractors.
So the bill wants them to stay that way or wants them to become
The
employees?
bill wants them to become employees.
Oh, okay.
So
And do they want that?
the industry does not. People do, but this is one of those things that I think that the unintended consequences of Uber and Lyft being required to treat all of their all the independent contractors as employees is going to be one. They're threatening to pack it up and leave because it's not profitable for them.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're saying they're going to pack it up and leave. A lot of times there's bluffing by industry saying that. I don't think this is I personally don't think it's a bluff. I think that Lyft and Uber would actually leave California if that were the way that it were to be. And I think that what that does is it affects people of color because when you live in a city like San Francisco, if you don't own a car and your car payment is going to taxis or Ubers or Lyfts, there's a lot of people that require and rely on that. Or depend on that, rely on it. I do think they'll either leave or they'll stay, but they're going to have way less drivers.
Yeah. Because now they have to pay for insurance.
Right.
And all that.
Way less drivers means what? Higher cost for your drive. So
Right.
the customer is probably going to see a higher price if they stay in the state because that's simple supply and demand. You got less of the supply and the demand remains the same. The cost is going to go up for the rides. So this is going to be interesting because industry, Uber, Lyft, they got oodles of money.
Yeah.
So money is what talks in elections. I think there's going to be a huge push for the industry to
So yes,
stop this.
So yes is you want them to be employees, right? And no is you want them to stay contractors, right? 22.
Well, is it 22? Because
Yeah.
20 is 20 is another good one. It's the cash bail.
She said, Tavai. Oh, hi, Tavai. She said, I think Prop 20 is about criminal sentencing, parole, and DNA collection. 22 is about Uber drivers. But
Have me
there you
looking
go.
up the wrong one. So that's that. I don't know the number with the Uber Lyft thing, but the 22. 22, I don't think industry is bluffing. I think that Uber and Lyft will pack up and
Pack
move,
up and leave.
or they're going to change completely the way they do it, and it's going to affect the customer. It's going to affect the driver, and it's going to affect the rider.
And the drivers want to become employees. Is that what you're hearing?
I think that's what's
the swing.
I think they're saying. Well, they are sort of employees because they're told what car to drive. They're told, how much they're going. There's a lot of control, but what
Okay.
there's not, traditional control from an employee to employee
Okay.
is going to be, here's your schedule. That's one of the biggest things
Right.
in terms of an employer-employee relationship is an employer saying you work. Nackie, you
Yeah.
work 3/12s.
Yeah.
Nackie, you work 4/10s. And that is completely absent with Uber and Lyft. They work their own schedule. There is no control. They can work. We have family members that have worked for worked for them and then just stopped, and there wasn't any severance or
Right.
anything like that. You just work when you need to work. But yeah, this is one of the times that I don't think it's a bluff.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they will.
So do you know anything about, Jasmine was talking about the restricting parole for nonviolent prisoners?
Yeah, that measure. There's been measures put in place that. Yeah, it's probably one that we wanted. That's a long. There's two long ones, right?
Right.
There's the cash bail, and there is the other measure that you're talking about, making it harder to get out for parole or probation
For nonviolent?
Right. There's a lot of pieces to that, but there's a measure on the ballot that makes it harder to get off of parole or probation. There's also a measure on the ballot that would allow felons to vote if they're on probation and they're not physically locked up.
And what do you think about it? Real quick, do you think, my whole life I've known that if you were a felon, you don't have the
Right.
right to vote. And
I
then,
think that, well, and good topic for next week, but I think we imprison extremely too much.
yeah.
We imprison people of color 700% higher than South Africa imprisoned blacks at the height of apartheid.
Wow.
700% higher than South Africa imprisoned black people
During
at the height of
apartheid.
apartheid.
Wow.
We imprison people of color.
Wow.
So when you have these, can felons vote? Can we make it easier for nonviolent offenders to get back into society? All those kind of things. I agree with things like that for nonviolent offenders because
Yeah.
we got too many people in prison. We got 2.5 million people in prison. It costs too much to do. It damages the family when
expensive.
you have people that are in prison for possession and things that prostitution. Just there's a ton of stuff that we pay for that we shouldn't, and it's a staggering amount of people that we imprison.
For when we can just let prostitution.
Well, just the drug war. I mean,
Yeah.
there's people that are in jail for from
Drugs longer than-
70s for
right.
possession of a joint.
And murderers get less of a sentence, but
Yeah,
and
that's
now,
a whole
I know, right? People are in jail for marijuana, have been locked up forever, and now it's kind of legal. But that's a whole
right. Yeah.
That's next week, folks. That's next week.
Hopefully, you understand the affirmative action. Affirmative action is bring it back or don't bring it back.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay. There you go. I'm good with that. You just have to decide whether you want affirmative action back or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that is clear, and then we'll talk about the other proposition Next week? Okay, next week. So, because that sounds like it's going to be a long one. But, right?
Yeah, there's a few that deal with imprisonment, cash bail, and sentencing. So we can lump those together.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about those next week or Tuesday. No, yeah. We'll see. Sunday.
They're your
Sunday.
shows. You can do whatever you
right?
want.
We can do whatever the freak we want. So there you go. But thank you, Jasmine. Because of you, we're going to talk about that next week. Also, thank you for your birthday gift. Thank you. Thought I'd throw that out there. There goes Vo. Yes, although marijuana is legalized, it must be decriminalized. Well, that's a whole different show in itself. All right. People.
Two different things.
Two
different things.
Oh my
Legalize and
gosh.
decriminalize are two different
So
things.
many different things. Well, did we read all our ads?
Yeah, last piece is Willie Salavea. We had talked about him earlier.
Yes.
We are looking to put together a debate. And I'll just say this. The debate, we want to show our people in a positive light. So the goal of the debate isn't to ridicule and make your opponent look stupid or look foolish or look
Right.
uninformed. It's not a good look for us as a people. So we want informed people that are ready to
Yes.
talk about political positions and why you want to vote for somebody versus why you don't want to vote for somebody else.
Yeah.
So we are doing kind of through the screening process. Thank you, Vo, for kind of heading that up. And Willie's one of our prospective panelists.
And Maury.
Maury and Vo. So that's what we are working on right now. So if you'd like to participate, please email us at the Faika podcast at polybydesign.com. Once again, that is the Faika podcast at polybydesign.com. Let us know some of your thoughts and I will give you a call.
Awesome. So I think we are done for the day. We're going to chill out the rest of the day. You have a great Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in. If we can ask you to share the podcast, because we discussed a lot of great topics and voter registration. Again, I'm going to shove that down your throat. Census 2020, if you haven't filled it out yet, what the fuck are you waiting for? Okay. Let's get counted. Willie says he's looking forward to hearing from you. Round 6 of Snacky with Nackie starts today, right? Is it 6? Yeah, round 6. Yes. Hello. Round 6, 50 cents is all we're asking. If you can, please give responsibly. We don't want this to be a bill. We talk about this every week. 50 cents is all we ask. And at the end of the week, wherever we may be, and wherever I go eat, because I'm always eating, we will tip the server a massive tip. Have a great week. Thank you for tuning in. Carl, anything else?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
We think we talked too much about politics,
I
but
know,
apparently with
but
the comments,
it's interesting.
people want to talk about
Well,
things
November is right around the corner, and we need to be informed about everything that we're voting for. Don't just check the boxes. And if you're only going in to vote for the president, you need to be informed. So I think that's a great idea.
I got to answer this. There's a Go Dolphins, Go Tua. Yes, Go Tua.
Go
Hopefully,
Tua.
that goes
Yes,
well.
go Tua.
And then there's Sister Kim says, bye, go Niners. You
Go
misspelled no, sister. It's N-O.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the birthday wishes that I received this week. I love you so much. I'm trying to get back to everybody and answer because that's the kind of gal I am. But thank you so much. I appreciate and love you. Thank you for those who donate and continue to donate to Snacky with Nackie. Thank you for tuning into the FICA podcast. Please continue to take care, wear your mask, stay safe. Come back to FICA with us.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Q.
Joseph.
From Island Block Radio. Y'all are tuned in to the FICA podcast.
Every Sunday at 10 to 12 noon.
Stop playing.
Come on.